welcome to Our Family Bee.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Brigitte, and today we're going to tell you the top 2 reasons why you need a set of family values.
And you should write them out, and we're even going to talk about what ours are.
So let's go.
Welcome to Our Family Bee. We're a family of 4, and all of our names start with B.
We're on a mission to inspire real people to love well, live wisely, and be better together.
Today, we just wanted to talk about family values. We have a set of 5 family values we picked out a few years ago, and we wanted to talk about why you should have those too.
So what are family values?
Well, family values are just a set of words or principles that you as a family agree are the most important things to you, the things you agree to live by.
Yes, and if you're married, these have to be completely agreed upon by both parties. It can't be one person thinks this should be it, one person thinks this. No, they have to be together, all the same.
Yeah, and so talk them out and figure out what those need to be for you and your family, and then write them down. You actually have to write these down and then put them on a wall or on a desk or someplace you're going to be able to see them all the time.
Yes, in some place you can see them daily so that you're reminded these are the things that are important.
And you can tell your kids, like we've actually sat down with Benjamin a few times and gone, hey Benjamin, these are our family values. Do you understand what gratitude means? Now, as a 4.5-year-old, I can tell you he does not understand what gratitude means. But we can point to it and talk about it more.
It's a good conversation starter for your kids, and it starts from an early age teaching them that these are the things that are important to us and these are the things that really matter in our lives.
And what also matters is that if you guys like what we're doing right here, you should go ahead and click the subscribe button right now. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, and when you do, hit the bell so that you don't miss any videos that are coming out. And what about social media?
Hey, we are on social media at OFB Social, and you can check out our blog, which is ourfamilybee.com.
So fine, that's what family values are, but why do we need family values?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
In the same way that companies have core values that are written in their handbook that you get when you first join and you're like, what is all this and what is this place about? We want family values so that we have a standard by which to live.
Yeah.
We don't want to aimlessly go about our lives and then get to 70 or 80 or even 90, some 100-year-olds that I've scanned before at work, and just say, hey, what did I even live for?
Yeah.
What was I doing all of my life?
Yeah.
The first big reason to why you should have family values is unity.
Yeah.
So you may think, well, hey, if they're family values and they're important to you, you'll just do them anyways,
Totes.
right? Well, I would have to disagree with you because life is crazy.
Yeah. If you're playing football, you wear protection in a lot of places, but there are some places you protect more. Why? Because you value them more. Your family values are the things that you value. These are the things that you want to protect. That other stuff can go wrong, other stuff can get fudged a little bit, but these things have to stay strong. It's like the spine of your household. If all else fails, this stays strong. It protects unity because you can all go to the same place and say, this is what we're unified on.
Family values are so important because it gives us that set of principles that we want to stand by, so that when things are crazy, we know our common ground.
So the first reason that we need them then really is so we can have unity.
Yes, that is correct. Ding, 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 ding.
And the second really big reason why everybody should have a written out set of family values is because it helps to provide focus.
There are so many times when life is so busy that it's all I can do to get up, eat some food, go to and from work, keep the kids alive, and lay down for a few hours to sleep before repeating the entire process.
And sometimes we even see each other.
Sometimes. So when life gets crazy, we need to have a focus. We need to have something to look to say, hey, this is what actually matters in life, not these short-term things that, temporarily give us like happiness or pleasure. Like, we need to know what are the things that we're going to stand by, what are the things that we say are our priorities that we want to live by and do in our lives.
Yeah, and so that focus is actually not just for today, but also long-term for the future. It helps you to focus on where you're going.
Right. It helps us with raising our children, like we were talking about before, because it's something that we can talk about with them and instill in them the things that we value and the things that we think are important. And they're going to learn things from somewhere, and we want it to be from us because we want to teach them what we highly value so that they can take that into their future.
We chose 5 family values for our family. We do not recommend more than that. Like, we stretched to make it that, but like we really had a hard time refining it. But have at least 3, probably not 6, that's probably too many, but we have 5. And those 5 are
Wisdom,
generosity,
trust,
gratitude,
and love.
So why those 5? Well, actually, the first one was kind of an easy button for us, because for both of us, wisdom matters a lot, right? There are a lot of things in our lives that we feel like are or are not honoring to God, but a lot of things aren't. A lot of things aren't that clear. They're just matters of wisdom. There's a great study by Andy Stanley called The Best Question Ever, and he talks about the best question not being whether something is right or wrong, because usually that's pretty clear, but sometimes is it wise or unwise? And you can figure that out based on your past experiences, your current circumstances, and your future hopes and dreams. Based on that, should I be in this situation?
For instance, if I've had a problem with buying too many things that I don't need, in light of my past, buying too many things, and my current circumstances, maybe I don't have the money for it, and my future hopes and dreams of maybe wanting to be able to save money to buy things.
Like a house.
Right.
Yeah.
Then maybe I don't go into the store to be tempted, and maybe I don't go on Amazon on my phone.
And buy a lot of essential oils.
I only buy what is in the budget.
That's true, actually. That's very true. And if you haven't seen our video on how to reset an annual budget, go ahead right now, go into the cards or down below, they'll be in the description as well, and check out that video. We're a little crazy, but I swear it works.
Wisdom is a different thing than just knowledge.
Yeah.
So knowledge would just be knowing a fact,
Yeah.
but wisdom would be in knowing how to take that information and apply it to your life.
Wisdom. Noun.
The soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Our second family value is generosity. We want to be a generous people. We want to manage what we have well, but we also want to be generous and be able to give to people. And this doesn't mean that we wait until we have like an abundance. Generosity is not giving money only, but it's giving your time. It's giving your knowledge, your expertise in an area. It's giving love. It's giving anything that you have with an open heart and saying, hey, I have this, I'm going to give it to you. And so we want to be generous people with everything that we have, any resources, whether we feel like we have a lot or a little, whatever we have, we want to start then to give it.
Yeah, and I love what you said about having an open heart, and it's also about having an open-handed mindset with your life. There's a really great, like this, there's a really great illustration where it's like if you live open-handedly, yeah, it's kind of easy for sometimes people to take things out of your hand and you can lose things, but it's also easy to get things put back in your hand, imaginary things going into my hand. If you live with a closed hand where nobody can take anything from you, it's also really hard to receive anything at all in your life. So living with an open hand allows things and love and resources and time to flow out, but also for all those things to flow back in. The third family value we have is trust, and this isn't just about trusting each other. Actually, originally we were going to write faith because we want to live by faith in God and what we believe about who Jesus is and the life he wants for us. But it's more than that too. It's also living that way with each other. It's trusting each other even when sometimes we don't deserve that trust, which is really, really hard and leaves you in a really vulnerable place. But when there's this gap between the two of us, of misunderstanding, of miscommunication, if we fill that gap with trust, if we fill that with, I think they could have meant this by that thing, but I'm going to just believe that maybe they meant something else, and maybe I'll get some clarity in what that is. And we're not perfect at that, like for sure, but if we trust one another as we trust God, we're going to have a lot more unity and be able to accomplish a lot more and have a lot more peace in our home than if there was a lot of mistrust. I've been in situations with friendships where there was mistrust being sown, and you have. And it's not a way to live. It's a lifestyle of always questioning the motives of the people that you rely on the most. You can't do that. When we've had our worst fights, I feel like trust has been eroded. And it hurts. It's horrible. I remember living that way. I don't ever want to be that way again. But the cool thing is, even when that happens, I remember there was something a few weeks ago that went down, and that was a couple hours of that, and it hadn't happened in years, and I responded in a way that did not communicate trust. So within a couple hours, I went to her and I said, hey, I'm so sorry that I did that. And we squashed it like that day, because one of our family values is trust, and we need to trust one another.
I think to trust, it also means to believe the best in someone.
Yeah.
So, you know, when things happen, it's like, okay, I don't think he intentionally left all these dishes in the sink or left his socks on the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to trust and believe that if he noticed those things, he would do things to change it.
That's really good, because I tend to do that a lot.
But I think trust is a key factor in a relationship, especially a marriage relationship. And in order to have unity, you have to have trust.
Yeah.
And so we felt like it was so important, we needed to put it in the family values. So that is our third family value. Our fourth family value is gratitude. We want to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. So we want to teach our children this. We want to constantly remind ourselves of this, that we need to be thankful. Gratitude for everything that we have. And with that, I think comes contentment. When we are grateful for what we have, it allows us to be content with what we have. It allows us to focus on things that are more important instead of just getting and piling all of this stuff and all of the possessions and focusing on, oh, what do we want next? Or we want fame, fortune, whatever. Like, it allows us to just be happy with what we have when we're grateful.
And being grateful does not entail necessarily feeling like you should be grateful for what you have. Contentment is not the state of achieving a thing that makes you happy. Contentment is a decision, right? Being grateful is how you get there. Deciding, you know what? Things could be worse. Like, I'm actually really grateful that I could get up this morning and breathe air and walk. And maybe, like, our kids are going crazy and Benjamin's just having a fit and he's just demanding a special treat or something, or I don't know. I'm so grateful that my boy is here and alive, and that we get to have conversations with him and help raise him. If we're frustrated with each other, I'm so grateful that I have this woman to partner with me in life. If my job is annoying sometimes, or her job is annoying sometimes, I'm so grateful that we have jobs that we can have to support our family, and to not just get the things we need, but provide something really great for Benjamin and for Brielle. Gratitude matters.
Yeah, and gratitude really changes our whole mindset and perspective on life. And so we feel like that's such an important thing that we wanted to put it in our family values. And it also is so important for us to teach our kids, because we don't want them to be entitled. We want them to be grateful for what they have and to be generous with what they have. And so with that, we felt like it was so important to keep it in our family values. So, number 4.
Gratitude. And our fifth family value is love. This doesn't just mean romantic love. This doesn't just mean loving our kids or being caring or affectionate. This is different. This is really the love that comes from God and that we want to express to one another. It's putting each other above ourselves. It's the decision every day to do what is best for the people you care about, even if you or they don't like it. That's the love that we're talking about, and we think that's really important for the functioning of a healthy family in the way that God intended it.
This love is commitment love. It's doing what needs to be done, not because you feel like it. I didn't say in our vowels.
In our vowels. Yeah.
Pat, I would like a vowel. In our vows, I didn't say I'm gonna love you for richer or poor if I feel like
Right,
it.
yeah.
I said for richer or poorer.
Yeah, sickness and health.
Which we have had.
We've had all those
things.
things, yeah.
It's a commitment. It's not when I feel like it. It's not, lovey-dovey like, oh, well, we just aren't in love anymore. No, this is commitment. This is, no matter if I feel like loving you or not, I'm going to still love you and serve you and do the thing that I know is loving. And actually, feelings follow. So that's the kind of love we're talking about. Unconditional. And God says that He will never leave us and that He will always love us. And that is what we want to show to each other, because that is real love.
Yeah. So that's our last family value, is love. We want to know what yours are, so let us know in the comments below. If you want to help out the channel, go ahead and smash the like button. It really helps promote us to other folks who haven't found us yet.
If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the button over here. And if you want to see another video by us, check it out over here.
Yeah.
Until we meet again, don't forget,
life is better together. Told you we could do it.
You a cat?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.